Hello, good people of YouTube. Bring my mic down. Give me a sec. Why is it so bright? Ah, okay. Alright. Why is my setup so screwed up today? Okay. I think we're good. It's a bit too bright though. Give me a sec. No, don't like it. No, don't want to get... What's wrong with everything today? There we go. Ah, good. Good-yo. Tell me if the audio is not that great or something like that and I'll try fix it, but other than that, it looks okay. Hello, good people. Tusky, Ezra, Leanne, Smee. Who else do we have? Mixed Emotions. Good to have you all back on my live stream. We got good old people back. Yeah. Man, it's hot today. I don't know about other cities in New Zealand, but it's really hot in Auckland. Like, I just came back from the city, Auckland CBD, from dinner, and man, it's hot. Okay, so how are we doing, everyone? My vote is NZM, just in case I missed the stream. Okay, Tusky. Hope you stay on for this, for the voting, though. I'll probably start the voting maybe around 8:30, 8:20, when we have like a decent amount of people, like maybe 10, 20 people. So if we have anything in the tens kind of people to vote, then we'll start that right away. So if everyone's on the stream and waiting for the voting, just give me a chat. Just leave a chat on the chat box here, just so I know roughly how many people we have for the voting. If we don't have enough people for the voting, kind of sad. We might continue with the low amount of people, or we might just do it as a normal Q&A. I'm not sure, but I'd want at least 10 people voting, I guess. Maybe I should make this a bigger scale. Maybe I should make it not like $50 as it says here, but like, you know, actual like $1,000, just so the scale is a bit bigger and people take my content a bit more seriously. Because I mean, we started with $50, and you guys all know, like, Oceania. We've had Oceania from the last pick a stock in episode 2, and that didn't go so well because the market dipped in general. I guess everyone's crying. I'm crying about my portfolio value, but been there, been there, done that. I guess not much of a difference for me in general, but yeah. Okay, let me catch up with chat though. I'm down 65 bloody. I'm $65 down on Allbirds. It pretty much has gone down to $9. The price is it is now from 26. Yeah, so Allbirds wasn't really the best idea, was it? So, I mean, this is what I'm talking about, right? You don't buy it at the IPO hype. The IPO hype, like, especially when the economy is not good, IPOs hypes are like probably like the worst thing you can do, because it's hard enough even buying companies that's been doing pretty well, because you guys would have known a lot of the big tech companies got wrecked in this quarter. You know, like if we look at some of these ones, you know, Apple didn't dip much, and there's good reasons because they're still making really good sales on the iPhones and stuff. They got a strong product line which is not aligned with the economy. It doesn't matter, but things like Allbirds is very new to the market. You just got to be careful of it. Like, for example, you guys would have known Facebook dipped a lot recently, which is now called Meta Platforms, because they're all about the metaverse and all that kind of stuff, which I still don't really get. I don't get, like, I get the logic and the concept. I just don't know why it's such a big thing, because I don't really want the metaverse to become our reality. In a sense, it's like humanity going in the wrong way, in my opinion. So, in that kind of sense, yeah. But Facebook recently dipped like crazy. Like, it's sitting on $206, and it was high of nearly $400. It was like 380. So that's nearly a 50%. That's like a 40%, 45% dip, which is nuts, because that was literally in half a year, and it's a big company like Facebook. You wouldn't expect it. So it's hard enough trying to retain your value in stocks, even with decent companies which were served as like a safe haven in the stock market. Now you got these kind of things. Yeah, I'm not sure where Cameron is though. My throat's a bit weird. Hope it's not COVID though. Leanne, I'm down badly on Allbirds too. I think most people who are. Smee, I'm still up 30% year on year. Your stock picks are bad. You should feel bad. I do feel bad. Then again, this is the risk I was willing to kind of hold. I guess BlackBerry was probably not the best purchase back then, but if it stays down at these levels for a bit longer, I might buy a whole bunch more of BlackBerry. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about this, but yeah, just kidding. You're all right. Thanks, man. I'm not really sure what you really mean by that, but yeah. Down 67%. No, not 67. 47%. Do you still have A2? Oh, I guess you're talking to Ezra, right? Leanne, thoughts on A2 with the current price? It hasn't moved much, even the market is down. The main thing with A2 was that it was already getting ruined, right? Like, it already dipped a lot. This is the kind of thing you got to think about is, A2 has nowhere lower to go because, the financials are not too bad. Like, for the current prices, it's like, it's okay. But the thing is, it already dropped this much from 2020 all the way down to, mid-late 2021. It already dipped so much. There's less of an incentive. There's less of a reason to sell your A2 milk shares because, it's already so down. It's like Plexure, right? Like, Plexure is so down already. Oh, it's not Plexure. So Plexure is down so much already. Sure, it went down just a bit more, but we've been there before. And, the things that's been dipping already before the whole stock market started to shake this year, there's less of a reason for people to sell them because it's down so much already. Why would you sell them? If you're holding it till now, unless you need the money for some reason, you won't sell it because you already took the hit. Now, most people would be looking for kind of timing points to buy in a bit more and dollar cost average when the prices are really low. So for people who want to buy the dip, there's the perfect time. But yeah, that's the thing, right? So yeah, that's probably why A2 is already down so much that people who are still holding it, they're probably looking at the long run, so they don't really have an incentive. Where when the stock market crashes, I'm not going to say it's a crash yet, we're at the correction phase because we call it a kind of like a dip, correction, then a crash. Crash is when it's like beyond 30% dips, more than 30% dips. That's what you call a crash. But it's currently in the correction phase, and when we say correction, it's like 10 to 20% dips. you know, it's less of an incentive. It's like, but yeah, people would want to sell the companies that they made a lot of profits in. Therefore, the ones that been doing really good till now, they'll be profit taking more on those rather than the ones that's been dipping like crazy, like BlackBerry, Plexure, A2 Milk, you know, and Allbirds as well has been going down before the whole stock market crash kind of rumors coming around nowadays. So, you know, the ones that were dipping already, no reason for people to sell them because it's already down so much. Ezra, is your homie Josh gonna join us? Probably not. I'm not sure. He probably busy guy. I mean, he has a family to take care of now. So yeah, not sure. Mixed emotions. Sorted your Queenstown home yet? What do you mean? I'm down so much. I can't even buy a house in Auckland, and you're asking me if I'm okay with my Queenstown house. Man, you gotta be joking me, man. Like, I wish I could look for my Queenstown home, but man, like, by the looks of it, you know, at this rate, I will be buying my Queenstown house maybe when I'm like 60 years old. Like, honestly speaking, everything is not looking too great at the moment. Man, my total returns, I literally lost $4,000, $5,000 within the past month or so. It's nuts. Yeah. No, so for the past 1.5 months, I lost $5,000. Jeez, like, sure, my stock picks weren't really the best, honestly speaking, for a stock market crash, especially. Even Hallenstein's dipped a bit because Hallenstein had like a profit. I think their sales kind of reduced in the recent updates. So there's a bit of things there. Heartland's doing okay because, you know, mortgages are still coming in and stuff, but yeah, Seeker also, like, so you can see the dividend stocks are not so affected because they're dividend stocks. They do well in such a time because that's what it's all about. But oh, Ezra with the $10, thank you very much. You probably need a super sticker thingy, especially when I'm down small super chats. This will just be one payment this time, no more. Ha ha ha, gotcha again. Thank you, man. I'm not gonna reject the super chat, but I mean, you can. Yeah, you don't need to, man. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much, for the $10. You know what? You know what? I will. I will put in another. What do you call it? I'll put in $100 into my new pick this time. Let's keep it like easy to kind of track because $50 is a bit like me. I really want this content pick a stock kind of thing to be like a bit bigger scale in the future. So give me a second. Let me see. Let's see. Visa debit. So let me top up my, what do you call it? Top up my wallet. So I'm doing it on my other screen, so you won't see anything. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, cool. Okay, so if I go back here, should be okay. Yeah, I got $100. So let's start back at $100, right? Hey, TT, thank you for the $1.99. I'll buy myself a zombie chew in the dairy or something. Thank you very much for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. So TT and Ezra, what did you have for dinner? Fish wagyu? I had sushi today. So I had sushi at Sushi Train and Chancery, Auckland CBD. It was pretty good. It was expensive dinner, but it's really worth it because I barely go out to the city nowadays because, you know, I work from home most of the days. Like, yeah, Spark really, they closed off their office because of this whole, like, the pandemic, and the numbers just going crazy nowadays. So Ezra, are you putting more money in so it's going to be $100, or is it the same $5? $50 you mean? So yeah, I've just increased my wallet to $100, and I will put $100 into the new stock. So I don't know, like people are kind of dropping off and on and off, so I'm not sure what's going on. Like I probably wanted at least 10 people voting just so we get like a decent variety. I think we had like 15-20 people in the previous pick a stock. So honestly speaking, I want more people to come in. So I don't know. If any one of your friends or families want to join in as well, let them know and bring them on just for the voting. If you guys want to push a stock, then go for it. But remember, go for something. You guys want me to make money on my stock, like pick a stock, right? Like you don't want me to lose money on it, right? Oh man. TT, was dinner drinks A2 milk? No, man. Ezra, wait, when did you sell OCA? So I sold Oceania Healthcare on Friday, just before the market closed. And I was left with $44 and 31 cents or something like that. So yeah, that's what I had left. It didn't go right. It didn't go great. So you can see Oceania didn't do great in the past 3 months because, for obvious reasons, yeah, the market's not doing well, and yeah, it's not very stable company compared to other retirement villages. But then again, I'm not sure how the other retirement villages are doing. Okay, they have a similar trend. They're all dipping for a bit. So I guess retirement village stocks kind of like follow the market trend where some dividend companies don't. Like for example, Spark is okay. It's still pretty consistent, which is a pretty good dividend stock. Third Age Health is still pretty consistent. Seeker is still pretty consistent. So, a lot of dividend companies are still doing okay though. TT, 8 half year results out by end Feb. I think there's going to be quite a few in Feb and quite a lot in like May, especially for the full year, for the full financial year. So we'll be looking forward to that. Leanne, what are your thoughts on MHJ? A good time to buy? MHJ, what are you on about? Oh, Michael Hill Jewelry Company. Okay. I think so. I mean, people would be, they always said like gold is like the safe haven. It's not really much the case nowadays. Like, yeah, it's like, I wouldn't say it's a safe haven anymore, but a lot of boomer kind of generation people have that kind of mindset, and some of them still have it, where a lot of them kind of moved over into the stocks and bonds and ETF kind of space and left the kind of gold, old mindset around gold back in the past. But do I think it's a good time? P ratio is okay at 12x. PB ratio is not too bad, but I wish it was a bit lower than that, to be honest, at 2.8x. Their revenue and profits actually pretty good. So I mean, it doesn't look like a bad buy. And they have no debt now, so they paid off all their debt that they had for quite some time. They paid it all off, and they're pretty stable now, which is good. The balance sheet is looking rather okay. Decent amount of cash, long-term investments, inventory, physical assets, receivables, equity, liabilities. They don't look too bad. The dividends is not too bad as well, around 4-5%, which is pretty good. I'd say Michael Hill is not a bad buy, but then again, in a time like now where the stock market is a bit unstable, I can't really say for sure what's a good stock. But I'd say anything that pays a dividend, it's a lot safer than companies that don't pay dividends. The companies that don't pay dividends, and when the economy is not that great, when interest rates are high and inflation's high, and the rates are, the mortgage rates or just interest rates in general is high as well, yeah, companies that pay dividends will definitely have a higher end. What a warehouse group, did they get wrecked? Oof. Yeah, they got wrecked. They literally lost 25% straight from the get-go. Yeah, that's not too good, is it? Negative 25% like that. Anyways. You know, it was always a bit sketchy, right? Because Warehouse Group always had like a low profit margin, which was slightly concerning. But then again, I'm not sure what exactly happened with Warehouse Group, because it seems like their profit's still increasing. And then again, we haven't got an update from them recently on Simply Wall Street, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. But yeah, let me know what happened though. I mean, their dividends are back up, but that doesn't look too appealing. I mean, that's a bit too high though. It says the dividend yield's like 10%, like 11%, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe because it was after the dividend payout. When was the last dividend payout? Let's see. Okay. No, I'm not sure why it dipped a lot, but because it's not a good thing when the dividend stocks go down this much when they pay a 10% dividend yield. Man, I don't know what's going on. Ezra, bro, $100 back when the first super chats happened. I have a competition. Leanne, you need to take us out on sushi train. Come on, guys. Do you know how expensive sushi train is? Maybe the next giveaway will be like a gift con. Gifticons? I don't know what you call it, but coupons for you guys to have dinner outside or something like that. We'll see. Yeah, I haven't been making too many videos on this channel recently because of other things, but yeah. Maybe I should start making more videos in general on this channel and kind of increase my subscribers and viewers in general. I don't put out new content nowadays, but yeah, I want to start this voting thing, but we have like barely like 9-10 people watching. I don't know if it's worth doing it. Then again, I lost a lot of like long-term viewers because I just don't make content much anymore. It's a bit unfortunate. Israel, bruh, I don't want to see you make money. It's nice to see our stocks picks fall. What do you mean you don't want to see me make money? My summer's down too. Right. So Somerset's down. Seems like all the retirement villages are just down, which is not good. Yeah, they all look the same, eh? The trend is the same for Ryman, Somerset, Oceania. So it must be like an industry thing. It follows the market trend a bit. Because that looks very similar to, what do you call it? Let's see how the NZ Top 50 is doing. Yeah, that looks rather similar to how the retirement village looks like. That's what I'm meaning. Depending on the industry of the stock, it will look like the trends are similar, right? Look at this. It goes down from, September, October, down here. It retreats, it bounces in, December, January kind of phase, then it drops like crazy. It's like it's a falling wedge, which is not really good in my opinion. That's a bear trend pattern for what I remember. Okay. And let's look at Somerset again, right? So Somerset, it followed the same thing. See? So from September, October, it drops and it bounces back up just a bit in December, January, and it drops even further. So that's a falling wedge. Wait, let me try find it. That's a falling wedge, but it could be either way, right? Because falling wedges, they're supposed to be they're supposed to be pretty good. Like it's a bullish trend sometimes, but then again, if it doesn't go past the previous resistance, resistance, then it's ruined. So, where is a good example? I don't know. You guys can Google falling wedge. uh, anyways, Ezra sad. When did you buy A2? When did I buy A2? I bought it in the first pick of stock. That's the only reason I would have bought A2, because you guys know how much I don't really like A2 in general. And you guys, that's why you guys made me buy A2, because you guys knew I didn't like it. And I still made money off A2 though. Like $1 or $2, which is pretty funny. Leanne, apparently COVID impacted their sales, warehouse group. Okay, so there must be some kind of update that I haven't, that Simply Wall Street has not got yet. Unfortunate. Anyways, Ezra, giveaway for a meet. Yes, vote. It'll be fine. Giveaway for a meet. What do you mean? Leanne, I've been only sushi trained once. We're late to the booking because we couldn't find where it was. They gave our seats to someone else and missed out the experience. Ah, yeah. Sushi train is alright. I mean, I go there like every once in a while, like once every month or two, something like that. It's pretty nice. Nice treat to make more money. You know, it's like a motivation in a sense. T. TT, perhaps as retirement stocks carry property development debt, they're not so good with rising interest rates. I think so. So if you have a lot of debt, then that's definitely not good. So let's have a look at Oceania, right? So it's like the newer one compared to everything else. Let's see how much debt that they have. Because this is what I was focusing on for the past months. You guys would have seen I always talked about the debt when I'm looking at the companies, because in a time like now, I told everyone on this channel, every video, when I'm looking through a company for you in the Simply Wall Street, I always mention debt should be low as possible. You should be paying down your debt as much as possible when the interest rates are a point lower or so, because the moment you have a lot of debt still lying around and your sales don't cover, your profit doesn't cover your debt. Or no, your just revenue in general does not cover your debt. And the interest rates go up, it becomes unsustainable, sometimes to a point that you become a zombie company. A zombie company, you only exist as a company to pay down your debt. And you cannot grow further because your debts are pretty much holding you by the ankle. So, you know, I've been talking about this for such a long time. But, oh well. I think it's a good time for people to kind of buy into Oceania if they thought it's too expensive or so, because it's going down. The equity is going up quite a lot, but their debt is pretty stable, which is not great. Yeah, debt is a bit high. Just a bit high, but their equity pumped a bunch earlier last year and it hasn't been updated since. Why is Simply Wall Street so slow on the updates? Let's have a look at Somerset. But remember, it's not just the debt level and stuff like that, because each company would have a different level of debt, but also the important thing is the industry level market trend is very important, because even though you're doing good, if the market trend is going downwards, you cannot beat the general consensus of the market falling. Therefore, even if the company is doing well, it will retract a bit just so it reflects on the market trend. Just the fact that companies that were already not so worth it and kind of built by hype and built by FOMO, they will drop a lot more than companies that was financially well backed up by their financial reports. So, you know, there's a lot of things you gotta think about in that kind of sense. Somerset, is it? So Somerset, their debt is also pretty high. Yeah, so, you know, yeah. If you have a lot of debt at a time like now, then yeah, you're not... It's a bit hard. It is a bit hard indeed. But they all seem to have a similar debt to equity ratio though. Ezra, let's get him to vote Canada South or A2, guys. I am not doing A2 again. So there's a rule, we cannot pick companies that's been picked before, at least for the whole year, right? Like, what's the point? There's no fun on it. Like, the whole point of it is for people to follow on through and kind of have a taste of, different companies without having to vote it, like invest in it yourself, right? I'm doing it for you so you can see how wrecked you can be or how rich you can be, you know, just by picking some of these stocks. Because who wants to risk their own money when I am willing to risk my own $100? uh, Leanne, not sure if we want to meet him. Might get COVID there. What do you mean? What do you mean? Come on, I've been home most of the days. Like, I'm working from home. I'm staying home most of the time. It's pretty boring, to be honest. I'm probably one of the safer people, in my opinion. Ezra, is sushi train a fine dining? I wouldn't call it fine dining. It's just casual dining, with a fancy kind of conveyor belt carrying sushi around. Pretty fun. But yeah, it depends on which one you go to. It's a fine dining level price though. I mean, per person, if you want to kind of fill yourself up in a sushi train, for an average adult, you're spending at least a good 40 to 60 bucks, I think. Yeah, I mean, the virus has been going around a lot around the Queenstown area recently, for what I can see. I don't think most New Zealand cities, major cities, are kind of like, you know, safe from it anymore. Like, I think everyone will get it at one point if we don't go into a lockdown, which we probably won't. So, let's see. It seems like no one really cares as long as you got the vaccine and stuff. Then it seems like you're good. Ezra, fake news. When was that a rule? Come on, no. Oh, okay. Whatever. You guys can do A2 milk if you want, but 1,500 cases, dude. Yeah. TT, how long will you hold tonight's stock pick for? So I'll hold it for the next quarter. So I'll probably do my next pick a stock in 3 months' time. Maybe I'll shorten it to 2 months. I'm not sure. Or we can do it every month. I'm not sure. It's just the level of engagement I get is. It's like if I get more engagement, I'd rather do it every month. But if I don't get much of an engagement in these content, then I'd rather just, you know, I'd rather just leave it on for a couple of months because, in a time like now, the stock market can be pretty dynamic. So you'll see a decent amount of movement even within 1 month. So I don't know. We'll see. It depends on the company I hold as well. If it's a boring company, I might sell it off a bit quickly. Yeah, because, like, for example, if you guys make me get a dividend stock, which barely moves, then what's the point? Unless you want me to get my dividends. But, yeah. But, yeah, I'm looking at 3 months at the moment. I did 3 months for my last two picks, but I'm willing to reduce it down to a month or two. It really depends. Leanne, it only started spreading from Auckland. I mean, Auckland is where all the international flights come in through. So, I mean, I'm not really surprised if it spreads in Auckland first, right? And plus, most of the MIQs were in Auckland, like, anyways. Like, most of the MIQs were in Auckland anyway. So, I'm not even surprised though, right? Dunners. Auckland all the way, guys. Auckland all the way. Vaccine like those Wellington people. Okay. Okay. Raise your hands if you're going to be voting. I'm going to see how many people are going to be voting. And, like, a checklist for people voting tonight. If not enough people, may postpone. Roll check, please. So yeah, go say your vote. Type voting. Okay, I need to check how many people gonna be, you know, voting tonight. So let's see. All right, let me get my Google Sheet out while you guys are at it. Yeah. Because I think Google Forms would work the best. So just to make sure that people don't, you know, vote twice in general as well, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do a forms, okay? I'm gonna do the initial shortlist in the forms because remember we had a problem with YouTube polls where we had a problem where we couldn't fit that many options. So if there's too many company options, that can't fit it all in one poll. So yeah, depending on how many companies I get, I might do a YouTube poll or I might use this little little form here. But nonetheless, so this is from Feb 2022 to March, April, May. Okay, May 2022. We'll keep it like this for now. Okay, so we got 1, 2, Rick, TT, Israel, Leanne, and Scott. We only got 5 people, guys, voting. I don't know if it's worth doing. We need at least 10 people, right? We need at least 10 people. But then again, I don't think I'll have more than... I have 10 people watching right now, but there must be people that's not talking right now as well. How should I do this? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. I mean, we can do it with 5 people, I guess. But it's gonna be pretty hard because you guys need to come up with, you guys need to group up and make sure you know, have an agreement on a single stock. But okay. This is gonna be tricky. Okay, let's do it. Okay, put down your stocks. 5 great brains better than 20 average. That's true, but how can you guarantee we got the 5 best brains here instead of the 20 averages, you know? You guys have some confidence, do ya? You guys, Oceania didn't do well this time. I made money on A2 Milk, but I didn't make money on Oceania. In fact, I lost $7 in Oceania. I pretty much... Wait, how much was that? So I ended with 44.31 and I started with 51. Mate, I lost like 15%, 14% on Oceania. That's not good, guys. We need to change it up a bit. All right? Ezra, do like a semi thingy. Oh, you like a semi thing. Okay. I mean, yeah, we can do a YouTube poll because there's not that many people watching this time. But, okay. I think Tusky was saying he want NZM. What is NZM? Wait, give me a sec. Ah, NZME. I mean, not a bad company, but... Yeah, sure, okay. So we got MPG, which is Metro... Metro? Is that Metro Glass? Wait, MPG. Yeah, Metro Performance Glass. Yeah, that's right. Oh, P ratio is a bit high. Okay. We got MFT. That's MAINFREIGHT. Okay, retract a bit. Okay, sure. We got True. What? Whoa. What's going on? True Screen. Okay. True Screen. No dividends. Really small cap. Negative P ratio. Not the best. Leanne, I didn't pick Oceania anyways last time. That's all good. It's a group thing, yeah. We're controlled by aliens, that's why. TT, 5 great brains will show results this pick. Oceania was more market than the stock. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. That's the thing, right? Oceania, if we picked A2, it would have been better than Oceania still, though. You know, that's the thing, right? There's a difference between buying a bad stock during, like, a alright time versus buying a good stock during a bad time. Like, it comes out the same, really. Oh. No, we're only going for New Zealand stocks, okay? The rule is New Zealand stocks, okay? It must be on Sharesies and it must be a NZX stock, okay? We cannot, I don't think, yeah. We're not bringing in, you know, we're not bringing in these US stocks. Because we want to keep it simple, right? We want to keep it simple. MHJ. Oh, yeah, Michael Hill Jewelry. Okay. Okay. So I think we got the 5. But, Rick, can you give me a new one? You know, I mean, you guys are all saying the different things. So we're not going to even get anything at this point. What stock do you want me to buy? Okay, make a poll. I can only add 4. Ridiculous. See, I can only add four companies and we got 5. This is ridiculous. We're so bad. We don't talk about the US anymore. Yeah, I mean, the whole hype around US stocks kind of died down, eh? Like, you just want to find good stocks. Okay, you know, let's do it on Google Forms, okay? I'm pretty sure all of you have a Google account ready, so that's fine. Let's do a Google Forms, because I can put more options. I'm only limited to 4 options in YouTube. And if we have a tie, we'll do the final kind of voting on YouTube. How about that, okay? Alright, so what was it? We had MPG, that's Metro Performance Glass. Okay, we got MFT, we got MAINFREIGHT, we got also Michael Hill Jewelry. Okay, Michael Hill. Okay. We got True Screen. Okay. Okay, Rick, give me a new one. If not, I am gonna just go with those 4. Leanne, take mine away then. I'll just buy it with my money. Like one might be more. You should vote 1 too. Oh yeah, I could do that. I could do that, honestly. Leanne, take mine away if it's easier for you. Okay, how should we do this? Okay. I think Rick hasn't given me a NZ stock. So, okay, I'm gonna just copy and paste it. I'm gonna make a YouTube poll, okay? Give me a sec. Because we only got 4 anyways. That's some interesting... That's interesting though, okay. So I've put out the YouTube poll. So just do that. But we don't have enough people. We only got like 4 or 5 people, you know. You know, if we have a tie and if I pick one, like a 1-1-1-1, and if we have like just 4 different companies and all 4 of you like choose different ones, then I'll pick the one out of to be the tiebreaker, right? All right, so we got the poll up. Oh gosh, see, this is not gonna work with 4 people. We need more than 10 people voting for this. Yeah, this is no good. We don't have enough people, mans. People. It's a tie between 3 companies. Oh, we got MAINFREIGHT up. Oh no. Oh gosh, wait. What if we rank them 1 to 4? I mean, that's what the poll is doing anyway, so that's fine. But wait, I need to check how MAINFREIGHT's doing, man. Like, if we're always losing money on the what do you call it? Always losing money on these pick a stock, then I'm just gonna be sad, you know. Like, sometimes we gotta see some good days, right? Okay, so they're a $8 billion company now. P ratio is a bit high, PB ratio high, revenue trend is good upwards, 4.2 bill revenue, which is not bad, but their profit margin's like 5% or something. Okay, so the profit margin's 5.8%. Oh, which is not bad. Their profit margin was always pretty low though. Their debt is coming down slowly and their equity is increasing, which is good. Oh, we got 8 votes already. What? How did we get 8 votes out of nowhere? Wait, I wasn't even looking at the poll and we suddenly have 8 votes. How do we have 8 votes? Alright, let's see how it's... Okay, let's see how this goes, right? Rick, we're only doing NZ stocks. ASTS is not an NZ stock, mate. I'm sorry. Just a little rule we have here. Okay? Okay. We got... You should vote 1 too. So I'll vote 1 after everyone's voted. So we got 9 votes right now, which is a lot more than I thought. I guess people are just joining in for the vote. But let's open this up till 9 o'clock, okay? I'll close off the vote at 9 o'clock, okay? So we got 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go. So we got a little timer. But either way, let me keep looking. Oh, damn, the average age for the leadership team is 77 years old, bro. Woo! 44-year tenure. Founding owner, right, I see. Executive chairman, okay. He must be sitting on banks. Whoa, 1.2 bill, let's go. Has a bunch. Okay. Man, so this founder is loaded. Dude, how is the board members' average age lower than the leadership team? This is like pretty unheard of. Most of the time, the board members have a higher average age, but man, everyone's voting MAINFREIGHT. What's going on here? You do chairman's pick. I mean, at this rate, it's going to be MAINFREIGHT. So that's why I'm looking at MAINFREIGHT and Simply Wall Street, right? Just to see how it's looking, you know. Just to check how the general consensus looks like. All right, so we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left. If you want people to vote, bring your friends over, bring your family over, and make them vote. We got 5 minutes left until 9 o'clock. I'm pretty surprised we started with 5 people voting. Now we suddenly have 11 people. So I guess people are a bit shy talking on chat, but they're willing to vote, which is nice, which is good. Because it's better than having 4 people voting on 4 different stocks. And I'm pretty surprised it's MFT. But it seems like their revenue is good. Their profit margin's good. It's higher than most other times, so that's good. We got some good, insider transactions. We got this guy. What is that sound? Whose brakes are squeaking outside? My goodness. Okay. Anyways, there's been a decent balance between people selling and people buying within the company, so like insiders we call it, right? But it's hard to say. These asset management companies are probably not insiders. I don't know why they're called insiders, but Donald Braid, the CEO, bought 900k worth at $90. Sad life to him, but he must know something. If he bought it at $90, he must have pretty high hopes for the company. Hopefully this retraction doesn't last long, but remember they nearly hit $100, then they started dipping, right? So if they stop dipping around here, they'll be good, but they already passed it, right? Yeah, so $80. Next resistance is probably around here, around 70, 75. But it came up so fast that it didn't really make a good resistance, but I guess this is a resistance around, not a resistance, a support line around $70, but it's not too bad. Okay, the CEO bought more. How long has he been in this thing for? CEO. What? Donald. It's called the director and group MD. Okay. He has a decent chunk. Makes banks. Okay. He bought a bunch here for some reason. Okay. He bought a bunch in mid last year as well. As the CEO buying back his own company's shares is a really good. It's a really, really good kind of, what do you call it, sign in general. Carrie Chung must be some kind of just, some person in the company as well. Then we did have this guy called Bruce. This guy's the founding owner who sold a bunch. But I guess he sold a bunch because he's loaded with freaking heckloads. Bro, he has 1.2 bill of MAINFREIGHT. That's a decent chunk. He's the top shareholder of the company at the moment. Donald Braid is second out of the individuals. All these companies are asset management companies. Okay, we got 1 minute left. 8:59. Okay. Ezra, I got my mum to vote. Good. Ariane, MAINFREIGHT free money. Are you sure about that? You better be sure about that. But welcome to the live stream. A bit late, but I guess people are joining in just at the last moment as well, which is good. She knows nothing. All good. A vote is a vote. Jamak, good to have in the live stream. Freighting is in the industry at the moment. Is the in industry. So wait, what are you trying to say, Jamak? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. MAINFREIGHT, huh? MAINFREIGHT. I wish they paid a bit more of a dividend, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll get barely 1 share. So I'll probably, if I do get paid a dividend, no, I probably won't hold it long enough to get a dividend because they pay, it seems like they pay biannually. So it's every July and December by the looks of it. So I probably won't stay around for the dividend for too long. But anyways, it's all good. Yep. Freighting Greer. Wait, freighting? Oh, freighting in general. Right, I know what you mean. Okay, Ezra, I would buy 100 of MFT. It's gone back down 9 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna stop it. 14 votes. We had 14 votes, which is good. By the way, if you haven't liked this live stream, give it a like, guys. Helps with the algorithm. Helps me get more viewers to find my channel. So hit the like button. You know, let's do that while I have a water break. I'm gonna end the poll now. I think we're pretty much done. So I think it's MAINFREIGHT. All right. I'm ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. End poll. Where is it? Where's my results? Hello? My results. Ah, there we go. Which stock do you pick? MAINFREIGHT 40%, MPG Metro Performance Glass 20%, MHJ Michael Hill Jewelries 20%, TrueScreen 20%. We had 15 votes, so 40% of 15 votes. 1.5 times, so we had 6 people vote for MAINFREIGHT. Then we had 3 people. We had 3 people each on Metro Glass, Michael Hill, and TrueScreen. Alright. Are you disappointed? No, no. I think MAINFREIGHT is probably one of the better ones in there. Like, let's have a wee look. So, Metro, like MAINFREIGHT, we just had a look, and it's sitting around $80. It retracted a bit, so I'm more comfortable buying it in when it's retracted a bit. Metro Performance Glass is a bit, you know, very risky in my opinion. It's a bit, I'm not sure I don't know much about the company in general, so I wasn't really comfortable with that. MAINFREIGHT, I knew about the company in general, because you guys always, especially you Ezra, you always asked about MAINFREIGHT, right? So I'm definitely more familiar with that. Michael Hill Jewelry looked pretty, you know, pretty interesting. It's been going up, you know, when everything was going down. So, but then again, that looks like a double top, so that looked slightly scary for me. But they are a dividend stock that has a relatively low-ish PE ratio, so I mean that Michael Hill Jewelry wouldn't have been too bad. TrueScreen, I don't know too much about TrueScreen, but cancer detection always going to be a good thing for the for our community and our medical and healthcare sides. But yeah, a bit low cap, very risky kind of stock. It's very volatile, it looks, so I wouldn't have been too comfortable with that. So I mean, I'm happy with MAINFREIGHT. So thank you all for voting. Let me go on to MAINFREIGHT. Oh, MAINFREIGHT. Tusky, MAINFREIGHT is so overpriced though. Don't get me wrong, MAINFREIGHT is a great company. I'd love to work for them. Exactly. But the people have spoken, Tusky, and you're late. You're late. But I don't think you would have made a difference, because 40%, that was a pretty strong pick for MAINFREIGHT this time. So it's good. It's good. Okay. I'm more comfortable buying it when it's dipping than when it's at the top. So, you know, it is a good thing. I just think that MAINFREIGHT could go down to the $70 level. $70 before it kind of levels down a bit. So, I'm thinking I'll lose a bit more money if I buy into MAINFREIGHT, but it's okay. It's okay. Their finances are actually not too bad. So remember, I have upped my money in this content, pick a stock, to $100. Okay. I need to do like a collection, and I need to have like a view of how A2 did and Oceania did, and how much MAINFREIGHT would do. So let's see. So I'm gonna keep this stock for at least 2 months. I'd say 2 months to a quarter is a good, price thing. We might see some dynamic price, movements in the stock market in general around April and May. That's when the results come out for the financial year and the new financial year and all that kind of drama thing. So, good old things to have happening during a stock, no, not a stock market fall, but like a bad economy. So bad economy always amplifies the price movements of whether it's good or bad. So it's going to be pretty hard. Leanne, you should have got your wife to vote. Alright, so we got $100 going in, we got $99.50 going in, and we got a transaction fee of 50 cents or so. So, not too bad. Let's buy that. Sure, we're placing your order. And there we go. MAINFREIGHT. Looks a bit colorful. I had all these companies that had only black in their logo. Oh, we have a bit of green here, but we finally have some colorful little logo here for MAINFREIGHT. So, good. Tusky, I would have gone with the NZM for the short term. I would have thought so, but then again, no one really. It's all good. NZM looked okay, but yeah, we'll see. I think MAINFREIGHT is also okay. Like, the financials are not too bad compared to where it is right now. So, yeah. Coolio. That's the content. Let's see if I can kind of get back how I did for the previous ones. Okay, give me a sec. So A2 milk, I bought. Where is it? When did I buy A2 milk? I bought A2 milk around. Oh, come on, A2. I think Sharesies just need to have a view where it's easily like you can easily look at how much you invested. Wait, I'm pretty sure they have that. Where is it? Where's my oh, they don't have my investments for the ones that I sold. They should have some kind of list. I'm not sure if it's just me that doesn't know where to look, but okay, so I bought $50 of A2. Okay, let me bring up an Excel sheet. Okay. Oh. Excel sheet. Okay, so A2 milk, so this is pick a stock for till 7 figures. Okay, so we had A2 milk. Oh gosh, A2 milk. Yep, A2 milk. We had Oceania, healthcare. Now we have MAINFREIGHT. Okay. Date bought, date sold. NZM has an activist investor making them pay a dividend and do share buybacks. Oh, that sounds pretty good for short term for sure. Unfortunate though, they're not going to grow. The old newspaper business is dying off, but they're moving to digital subscription model. The old business is declining at the same rate as the online growth. Yeah, I guess it's just gonna be a slow replacement of their old kind of platforms with the new online platform. So I've seen them doing online content for media, other media kind of news companies and whatnot. So I think that's where they're gonna shift, which is pretty normal for a company in 2022. That's pretty normal, I say. So let's see. Tracker. Okay, so we'll call this the tracker. So wait, so amount bought, amount sold, percentage change. Okay, change. Okay, so we'll then do equal sold, yep, divided by this. Yeah, then we'll do that a percentage. Okay. Okay, we'll do it like that. So let's see. When did I buy A2 milk? We bought it on the 5th of September. Okay, we bought it on the 5th. Okay. 5th. 05, 09, 20, 21. Okay, we sold it. When did I sell it? I sold it around November. So I held it for only like 2.5 months. Okay, cool. So that was $6.26. Wait. $6.26. Oh no, that's not when I sold. So that was on the 19th. 19th, okay. So 19th 11/2021, okay. So $6.26. TT, I got an early start, so night all. Have a great week. Thank you very much, TT, for coming along. Hope you have a great week. Tusky, they own News Talk ZB. They have financial analysts on in the morning when I'm starting my shift. Good content. I don't really listen to NZME or New Zealand. Like, I only look at the New Zealand news, and that's about it. But I don't listen to anything or any of their podcasts or radios or whatnot. So I'm not quite sure. Like, I don't know much about the market there. So, not really what I'd like. Format as currency and New Zealand dollars. Let's see if I can do that. 100. Oh gosh. Also New Zealand dollars. Okay, so what is that? $6.26 plus 43.81. 43.81 plus we got $2.35. The only reason why it's split up like this is because people are, because there was 3 different orders that sold for, like, because I just put a market sell, and there was 3 different buy orders that took small chunks of my order, so that's why there's a bit of that. Tusky, it's kind of hard to pick stocks for you since you're limiting it to NZX only, holding for a quarter. I mean, I guess I don't want to do it too much, right? Like, as I mentioned earlier, I don't think you were here when I was talking about it, but I am looking to make this content a bit bigger in the future. So when I have a bit more kind of financial, I wouldn't say financial freedom, I can still do $1,000 content, but I just don't have enough people. So if my channel grows a bit bigger, then I'm willing to do like $1,000 buy, hold it and sell it, a bit bigger scale, so it's a bit more engaged, like people are a bit more engaged and take it a bit more seriously and have more fun with it. But that's why I made it $100, because at least if I lose $2 from $100, that is 2% loss. But $50 was a bit awkward, so that's why, let's see. Ezra, hopefully you would have a merch when you do 1K. I don't know about a merch. I mean, I need enough people buying my merch to have a merch line, right? Like, I won't break even if I don't have enough people buying my merch. So, merch will only come when I have like 100k subs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's really viable when I'm like only a 1,000 subscriber, 1,500 subscriber kind of channel, because the engagement I get from my YouTube viewers is not that much, because I don't make that much content anymore as well. So it's a bit hard. Wait, something's wrong. Oh no, that's right. Ah, right. Okay. Wait, is that right? No, that's right, that's right. Oh, gosh. Okay, that's right. Tusky, if it was international, I'd have suggested playing all stocks as something like Lockheed Martin to play the recent warfares. Oh, I don't want to cause politics in my channel. Leanne, you'll get more views if you do giveaways more often. That's the thing, right? I don't want to grow my channel by just doing giveaways, because that's like the way I don't want to go towards. Because the moment I stop doing giveaways, it's not going to end so well. So I'd rather have organic growth, and that will only come. I only get more viewers, and YouTube will only spread my channel out to more new people and newer audiences if I make more videos, and if I be a bit more consistent and do better SEO managing, and all this tagging, better thumbnails, better titles and whatnot. But I don't know, I just don't spend, YouTube is not my main kind of focus. Actually, I spend the least YouTube is like one of the things I spend the least amount of time on, because yeah, like most of the time I'm just playing sports or doing my other side hustles. So like, yeah, that's the kind of thing, right? Yeah, YouTube has never been my kind of main thing in general. Where is Oceania? When did I buy? There we go. 52.42. 52.42. So we got that there. Oh, just the value. Oh, whoops. Paste value only. Thank you. How much did we sell it at? 44.31. Okay, 44.31. That's including the, what do you call it, dividend I got from them as well, right? I during my time, Oceania did pay out a dividend in December, 57 cents. So I put that back into what do you call it, I put that back into Oceania because it came from Oceania. So that's, that's about right. Yeah, then I sold it for not that much, 44.31. 44.31. Negative 15.47%. How sad. Tusky, I'm 1000% too stingy to buy your merch. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I don't want to make money off merch. Like, I want to grow my viewer base if I wanted to do that. I'd focus more on just growing my viewers, and if I can get more views, then I can probably, like, you know, do more content and spend more time on it, if because it'll actually be like a legit side hustle rather than pocket money. So, you know, that's the kind of thing. It's nowhere near at a point where it's even a side hustle for me. It's like, it doesn't pay me much at all. Like, I get paid $100 every like 3 months or so, or something like that. Yeah, not even every, yeah, 3 months. Every 3 months or 2 months, I get paid 100. Like, that's about it. Like, that's the amount of pay I get from YouTube. So maybe I'll do like a reveal on how much a 1.5k subscriber channel makes money. But most of my money came from the two how to use Sharesies video, because that's where most of my RPMs are really high. But other than that, but yeah, unfortunate. I sold it on the 18th of Feb. Okay. Um, 20th. 02 2020. Oh, 2022. 2022. Present. Okay. When did I buy? 21st. Okay. Wait, what? 21st of November. Okay. 21st of November 21. Okay. There we go. So A2 Milk, I made 4.84%, but Oceania, I made negative 15.47%. And MAINFREIGHT, we don't know yet. So we're going to keep it at 0 and we'll see. That's nice. Excel sheet is my baby, you know. I love Excel sheet. Maybe I'll do another, what do you call it? Another budgeting sheet kind of, what do you call it? Yeah, budgeting sheet video, like sharing my budgeting sheet and how I budget and stuff. Because I think it might help a lot of people on how to budget. Because I think as the economy is not looking too great nowadays, I think people are starting to be a bit more aware of their expenses, especially if they want to buy a house, how they should budget and stuff like that. I use Excel sheets to do my budgeting, so you know, maybe do that. Haplomage, it's not political, it's just taking advantage of what's happening. I guess so. Then again, it does come down to moral investing. Like, what's your morals around? Moral? Yeah. I don't know. Ethical investing, I don't know. Something like that. Leanne, get Josh to give you a shout out. I mean, that's how I don't want to grow my channel, right? Like, I don't know. Like, if Josh wants to make a video with me, he can, but I'm not gonna, like, I don't know. I don't feel the need to, like, collaborate with him yet. But I don't know. We talked about doing a podcast together at one point, but it just never worked out. And he's busy with his own life, with his personal life at the moment as well. So, I mean, yeah, maybe in the future. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do though. Ezra, I discovered your channel by searching it up. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to get the right kind of topic points in my titles and my tagging on my videos to get the right kind of audiences, which is always a bit of a hassle. Tusky, I was actually really lucky. I had a XOM and Lockheed Martin in my dividend growth portfolio. I just sold them this week to buy the dip on some growth stocks. Yeah, it's a good time to buy the dips on growth stocks. I'd say that's a pretty good move. Scott, have you been following Roku lately? I haven't. How's Roku looking? I haven't looked at Roku for like a good year or so. Oh, they dipped a lot. Yeah, you know, this is why I was scared of buying, like, what do you call it? Buying hyped up growth stocks at a time like, last year, early last year. Like, I was thinking of buying Rocker around here. I'm so glad I didn't, because I have enough, bags. I have enough bags to hold already. I am a negative 56% on both Plexure and Blackberry. I don't need to add myself another thing. The only good stock I bought, only good stock I bought last year was Raycon, which is still up 82%, which is pretty good. But honestly, I should have put way more money in Raycon, but sadly I didn't. It could have been better in Raycon than in my bank account, but then again, I don't know when I'm going to buy my property, so I always need that cash kind of in hand just in case anything pops up. But yeah, it's just a bit unfortunate. Just a bit unfortunate. Leanne, I've been watching the ads at the start of your videos, but my super chats. Oh, thank you very much, Leanne. That helps a lot as well. The ads really help. I mean, that's all I could ask for. I don't really need super chats, even though I do appreciate your super chats, Ezra. I'd rather people just watch my ads, and that's the least you could do, I guess, if you want to support my channel. Like, yeah, don't need to pay me anything else. Watching ads is free. Takes about 5 seconds of your life. Hopefully, it's worth the video, I guess. Ezra, but my super chats put your money from YT. Wait, what do you mean by that? Tusky, you need to put links in the description for Stake and Sharesies. I do. I do. It is in the... Wait. Surely. Yeah, all the links are in the description, mate. I put them on every video. That probably bring in more than ad revenue. Yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, I made a decent amount in refer a friend, right? Like, I made $1,115 in referrals, which is still more than my total YouTube revenue. So, yeah. I'll show you guys my, for people who are kind of still here, I'll give you a little insight on my revenue. You see, my revenue does change a lot. It depends. But this is my revenue, mates. See, my total revenue so far is $636, which is not bad for like 1 year. I had 1 full year because I started in February, just around 1 year ago, because I started getting paid. I got approved for monetization just around 20th of Feb last year. See? Where's my date ticker? Yeah, so 22nd was like my first kind of revenue I got from ads. Yeah, so 636, which is not bad. That means I'm getting paid roughly around $2, like, I don't know, $1.70 per day or something like that, just in general. So that's my revenue. The majority is coming from How to Use Sharesies, the original one. Then the updated version gave me a lot because the RPM on this is crazy. Like, I don't know if you guys realize, but my revenue on this is nuts. Like, dude, I only have 2,400 views. And, man, my RPM's $46, which is freaking high, because average is like around $10. Like $5, $10, and you know, even the original Sharesies video, it has like the original Sharesies video has like 26k views, and it's made me, I don't know, like 200 and something bucks. Where this is only like a tenth of the views, but it already made 112. So this means that this is well positioned in where it's at, and you know, it's good content. I'm getting pretty good kind of engagement from people. I got really good reach from people as well, you know. But that's pretty good revenue. Yeah, I have to say. Tusky. And Tusky, I'll break even this year. I have to advertise more though. That's good. I'm getting somewhere. What have your what have you talked about when you could have done a podcast? Nothing happened with the podcast. I mean, Josh is a busy guy. I'm also a busy guy as well, so it just never really worked out. Ezra, I mean, put your monthly YT rev. You don't need to, man. Just watch the ads and I'll be happy. I think he means the video links. Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, I think I just need to do better, just more content, so YouTube kind of does it. But Tusky, thank you for the $2. Show my whiskey business. Um, what's the link again? Chuck your link, bro. Just chuck your link on the chat, and I'll kind of talk about it, and I'll open up on my live stream right now. Let's chuck it up, man. Chuck it up. Is that USD? No, this is NZD. So everything is NZD here, cause yeah. But you get the gist of it. This is my revenue so far. My average RPM is around $8.49 for the whole lifetime. You know, let's look at the last 365 days, because that's like my whole kind of revenue. Because I got 1 year of full ad revenue so far. Because it was February last year when I started, so my average RPM is 17.24, which is all good. And you saw that updated how to use Sharesies video was RPM that around 40 something bucks. So that's really crazy. Like my RPM for this video is like higher than this average CPM I have for the entire channel. So that's nuts. Leah and Tusky, you just need to advertise on big billboards outside airports or on motorways. I'd say that's a pretty good call. Like, doing billboards is not bad. It's expensive though. You don't know how expensive those billboards can be though. They're freaking expensive. Yeah. But yeah. It's not a huge amount though, but if I can increase this to like 6,000 per year, I would spend more time on this, because that's pocket money for sure. That's bills right there. But yeah. In the past, like, I haven't been making much videos. You can see, like, back in the days I did live streams every week or so, but I have big breaks here in December, and I don't do many videos nowadays, so I'm averaging like $1 per day, like, in revenue. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Mate, Ezra, thank you so much for the $5, but competition YT revenue gotta go. Mate, thank you very much for the $5. I made a lot of money on super chats today. Thank you all very much. I'll look into like more interesting super stickers or whatnot that you talked about. But honestly, guys, spend money on yourself first, and you know, donating to other people's fine, but take care of yourself first. But thank you very much once again. Ariane, hey mate, do you still have that budgeting spreadsheet? I was looking to create one myself. Would be a good template. I will, yeah, actually, so this is my revenue, so I guess you guys can rewatch it later. This is the thing I'll kind of, you know, I'll do this later, so I guess I filled it up. So 4.84% for the A2 milk for the first pick of stock. The second pick of stock, Oceania, which was down 15% mainly because of the market in general. MAINFREIGHT, we just bought $100, and it is pending. So yeah, let's see how that goes. I do have my budgeting sheet. Okay, let's move that here. Okay, this is my budgeting sheet. Ezra, $15 from me. Yes, please. Oops, I can't afford a bike mirror. Okay, bye. See, you gotta buy yourself what you need first, then you donate to me. Okay, mate, you've gotta buy your needs first, then you can donate to me. But I appreciate it, mate. Leanne, I'd rather just send money to your bank account. I hate how YouTube takes a good chunk. Yeah, YouTube takes a good 50% or so for what I can see. So it's not that great. Yeah. If I was looking for more money, I'd just chuck my NZ bank account there. But then again, do I really want to do that? Not sure. If YouTube was my full-time job, I would have Patreons or whatnot. But yeah, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not. But wait, where's Tusky? Where's your site? Are you showing me your site somewhere or what? Mate, Give me a sec. I'll find your site. Mate. Ah, there we go. Whiskey. Let me see. So, Tusky has paid me a decent $2, so I will do, before I do the budgeting sheet, sorry, I'll get back to the budgeting sheet, but this is Tusky's little whiskey business that he has kit to make your own whiskey and stuff, so have a look. I'm not a whiskey, much of a spirit drinker myself, like I only drink soju or beer, to be honest, but there's a bunch of stuff. It's pretty nice, a nice simple site. You can pay with any of these: Amex, Visa, Master, PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay. So it's got a decent chunk of payment systems. Got stills, you got yeast, you got distilling consumables, spirit original flavors, top shelf, liquors, base, and you know, a lot of good stuff. So have a look at whiskeybusiness.co.nz. Okay, have a look at Tusky's business. It's pretty good. There's going to be a decent amount of people watching this live stream after the live stream ends, probably from tomorrow onwards, so hopefully you get a bit more traffic from me. If there's any whiskey drinkers out here, if you want to make your own, have a look at that. Tusky, advertising is an interesting one. I'm selling a pretty niche market, so it's kind of needs to be targeted. So try Instagram. I think Instagram might be pretty good. YouTube advertising is not too bad as well. So check out Instagram and YouTube. Even TikTok works really well nowadays. I have a friend that's been that knows someone that really did well with their business because they started TikTok advertisements, and it looks pretty good in my opinion. So try it out if you want to. I mean, Instagram, you don't need to pay much. You can start with small groups and you can target age groups and kind of which part of New Zealand they live and stuff like that. You can target a lot of stuff, so it's pretty nice. So have a look into Instagram first of all, then TikTok, and maybe even YouTube ads. Leanne, you could throw my bank account on. You wish. I will take $10 for every bank account I chuck on my description link. I will chuck mine first though if I was ever desperate. Anyways, Tusky, too bad I don't drink whiskey. It's all good. Anyways, this is my budgeting sheet, guys. So for people who are still here, I guess if you want to look at how I do budgeting, so this is like the generic version, right? So I have my salary. I have a, so I can share this template with you guys. I will chuck this template on, what do you call it? Yeah, I'll chuck the template on, what do you call it? The description link in the description box below later. So have a look at that. But yeah, wait, give me a sec. Maybe I can share it right now. Tusky, how much do Instagram or YouTube ads cost? I think it's very flexible. You can choose to pay $1 per day or $10 per day, and it just increases the amount of ads they deploy out to people in your targeted audience. So yeah, have a play around with it. It shows you like an estimate amount, and you can choose a advertising budget. Like if you only want to spend $50 over 10 days of advertisements, then they will give you like the approximate reach of how many people you can get to and stuff like that. So that's going to be pretty interesting. So have a look through. Instagram is pretty easy to set up ads because I did that for my channel, for this YouTube channel earlier last year. So it worked out pretty well. It worked out very well. Can view. Yeah. So here is the link. Wait. So here's the link, mate. If you're still here, Ariane, so this is how I do budgeting. So I put the salary here. It automatically takes my tax, so that's PAYE plus the ACC levy. It's the levy, right? Yeah, levy. Then the student loan is calculated. If you have student loan, this is the this is the formula based off your salary. So that's that. Oh gosh. Then KiwiSaver, I have it at 4%. So that's about it. That's the yearly net income, fortnightly, monthly. Then I have how much I would normally spend on certain things. Obviously, I save majority of my money. Subscriptions, I mean, I don't do a lot of things here anymore, but like for example, okay, yeah, this looks about it. So that's my subscriptions per month. So this is a monthly view, right? So monthly view, transport is just, you know, petrol and gas. So we got 200 bucks on what do you call it? Yeah, so that's just petrol in general. So it's bus and petrol. Bills is just, I just cover all the bills in my parents' place right now. That's the least I could do without paying rent. So it saves me more money than renting outside, and I can help my parents and I can save a bit faster for my house. So that's that. Food, I spend around 300 per month in general. That's when I'm, especially when I'm going outside to the office, then that's how much I spend on food. I don't cheap out on food because, you know, I like getting decent meals. Nowadays, I don't use 300 bucks on food because I don't go to the office, so I save that. But entertainment and splurges, I keep it to around 300 per month. This is normally just me, you know, hanging out with my friends and eating and buying gifts for people or whatnot. So it's normally like that, but sometimes I do go over with like one massive purchase. But sometimes I mostly do not use 600 bucks per month on food and entertainment, especially in a time like now where I'm home most of the time. Car stuff is just most of them are kind of yearly, what do you call it, yearly yearly kind of expenses. Like car insurance, I pay it off yearly. Also it's about, I think it was like 900 bucks for the next renew, which is in 4 days for me because it renews on the 24th of Feb. So that's that. Car servicing, I spend around 500 on service and wharf. I do drive a Volkswagen. It's slightly expensive than a Japanese car, but I spent like 200 bucks on service last year. So that depends. It's a variable, depends on what breaks or not. But I'm pretty responsible driver, so I don't break anything in general. All the major maintenance has been done on my Volkswagen GTI, so that's why I bought it, because I don't have to do any major servicing for the next 40,000 kilometers on mileage. So yeah, that's good. These are bucket lists I have, but obviously I don't have it in my budgeting because that's a one-off. That's the first sheet. The second sheet is like a monthly view. So when I used to get paid monthly, I used to kind of like just do this, and I have these kind of same values in here, and I just see if I have this much in my bank, then how much would I have in the future. And depending on how, if my pay goes up by this much per month, then how's it gonna look like, how much would I have in my bank, then when can I buy my house. That's my monthly view, and currently I get paid fortnightly, so that's how I do it right now. I kind of just put my bank balance, then I have just my expenses here for fortnightly views. Then I see how much bank, then when can I do splurges, when can I do a car if I want to change my car, or when I want to buy a house, and when can I get 100k in my bank, you know, all that kind of thing. So this is how I normally do my budgeting. So have a look at that Google Sheets site I have linked above, and you can probably download that, or you don't have to copy this. This is just how I do it, but just everything, you know, just find out what works for you, I guess. Leanne, on your spreadsheet, is that voluntary KiwiSaver that you pay on top with your own money? No, that's 4% off my paycheck. So you know, because I'm getting paid a salary, right? You know, you just given your KiwiSaver KS2 form to your KS2 form to your employer and say, hey, automatically pay 4% of my gross income into my KiwiSaver, please, and they'll do it all for you, and it's pretty easy. So that's what I do. I don't do any voluntary on top. I just do my 4% of my income at any given time. And when I buy my house, I will reduce my KiwiSaver to 3%, and I'll keep it like that because I do my own investments as well. So I don't want to have too much in KiwiSaver. I want to have a bit more leeway. So yeah, 3% for like 40 years would be okay for me as well, because you know, yeah. So that's working all good. Tusky, that seems interesting. I haven't advertised that all yet. Yeah, try Instagram first. Aryan, you're welcome. Tusky, you actually did the first ad for my company. Yeah, I did it properly this time, eh? I actually shared it and I actually showed it on my live stream, so I hope that helps your business even by one sale or two. Leanne, do you save more when work from home? 100%. Because I'm kind of getting in, like, I'm becoming more of an introverted person as time goes. So I tend to, I tend to just stay at home and I don't really go out unless some of my good friends kind of call me out for dinner. So because I'm not going out to the city, I'm not going to karaoke or playing pool or, doing things after work as well, or going to bars, which kind of reduces a lot of those entertainment costs as well. So yeah, I do save a lot more at home for sure. Like at least, like for example, if I were budgeting for 600 per month on food and entertainment, I'm only spending like, I don't know, 300 or so, or like even 200 when I'm staying home most of the time. The pack, wow, you make a good salary, good work, but that tax is BS. Yeah. Man, imagine imagine this. I'm on 120k salary. They take like a good, how much is that? 32? Yeah, around 32k in tax. But also they take a good 10% of my gross income straight from my net pay. From my net pay, they take $12,000. $12,000. No, yeah, $12,000 per year of student loan. Luckily, my student loan, I only have like 3k left now, which is fortunate. But man, it feels like a robbery, right? Because look at my yearly net income after KiwiSaver, after student loan, after tax. It's like that. But if I get rid of my student loan, it's 83k. Boom. It feels like a pay raise right away. I'm suddenly like, if I was on a fortnightly, I'm on a fortnightly pay right now. If I was on a student loan, which I'm still am, got 2 months left on my student loan, then I would be, I'm getting paid 2.7k. Then now if I get rid of it, boom, 3.192. So that's like around $400, $350 increase just on the fortnightly pay. That is literally daylight robbery, but no can do though. I'd rather get it done and dusted ASAP. Like student loan is a heck of a annoyance, but it's all good. I gotta pay back what I took, I guess. Luckily no interest. Tusky, if I sell a still kit from this, it'll be the best $2 I ever spent. I hope you do, man. Just to show myself a bit more, I've been making my own spirits for 10 years now. You can make a bottle of bourbon or whatever else you want to drink for around $10. That's a pretty good deal. That's better than buying it from the market. So, yeah, check it out, guys. Whiskeybusiness.co.nz. It doesn't have to be whiskey. I guess any spirits, I guess. Leanne, make a 40-year-old Glenfiddich and sell for money. Just like the punny name. Ariane, have you looked any further into searching for houses to purchase? Not at the moment. The market's not looking too great. So, like, for example, like a lot of the new, what do you call it? Oh, where's my bookmark? Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I've been looking around, like, property is like, it's not too good. If you look at my watch list, like all the property I would buy is like around 700, 800K, but the mortgage rates are nuts. Like, have you guys seen the mortgage rates? Mortgage rates are nuts. Like, let's have a look, shall we? Seems like ASB and KiwiBank are like the low ones. Oh, Westpac's pretty low as well. That's a bit high. That is just a bit high. But looking at all lenders, I'd want to get one with Heartland Bank, right? Heartland Bank still has like the best rates. Like I will be pretty happy to do like a 2 year with Heartland Bank. I think 2 year is like a good decent term at a point like now, because I think the mortgage rate might get crazy for the next 1 year or so, and it will probably ease down from maybe 2023 or 2024. So if that's the case, then I'll do a 2 year term and I'll do a bit of floating and a half it or something. But yeah, Heartland has the best. Like, look at it. It's 3.75 floating. But like, for example, like I'm on ASB, that's 4.6%. 1% difference is a heck of a lot for like a few $100,000 loan. So yeah, it's nuts. But you know, no, you know, I don't know. I don't really feel the need to buy in it now. I think the market's slowing down a bit at the moment, so I'm gonna keep my eye on it and just see what it's gonna do. But yeah, I'm not gonna pull the trigger anytime soon. I'm not gonna rush it. I'm gonna stay patient and just increase my deposit, because I'm currently, to buy these, I'm still like just below 20% deposit, including, you know, if my parents want to help me, I think they're willing to chuck me like, I don't know, a couple of 10Ks. But you know, even that, like, I'm still just below around 20%. So I probably want to have at least more than 100K of my own cash, excluding KiwiSaver, because KiwiSaver I have around 30K or so. So I want to, yeah, have at least 100K from my bank. Then I'll take in gifts from parents and I'll put my KiwiSaver. I'll even sell my stocks if I need to. But that'll probably be in 2023 at that point. So I'm not sure if there's a new good new build. I will put in the 10% deposit into a good new build if they have good contracts and policies, and I'll probably like wait for that to finish construction. I don't know. There's a lot of options for me, but just not at a point where I want to like rush into anything, because you know, rushing into anything at a time like now where the economy's crap and mortgage rates are going up, I think people are just being desperate at this point. So I want to let the drama chill down for a sec. Tusky, I'm looking to buy a rental property soon. I'm a bit worried about interest rates though. I think if you see a good property price, just go in it, because interest rates are fine. I was talking about this with my mortgage like my friend that works in the mortgage kind of area, and we're both agree on the same point. If there's a good if there's a good house at a good value, even if the interest rate is high, you can always refinance that to a lower interest rate, right? So if you can buy it at a fair price or like undervalued price, then go for it, because you can always refinance it. But if you lock in, if you buy a really expensive house for low interest rate, that's something you shouldn't do. The opposite you shouldn't do, because you cannot decrease the property price you signed for. What if you bought it for 1.4 mil, and if it's like 1 mil like 2 years later, which is unlikely, but you know, just for example, you can't do anything. And of course, if the interest rate goes up, and if you are already cutting the edge with your income to pay off that 2% interest rate, and now it's like, I don't know, 4%, 5%, you're screwed, right? So, you know, it's better to go for low property price for high interest rate rather than low interest rate for high property price. You know, get the idea? But I'm pretty sure you know this as well, though. Tusky, it's more than 32K. You'd be the top the tax bracket, so 33% of 120K. No, so how the tax bracket work? It's a progression, right? So my effective tax rate, I think I'll show you again. So if you look here, so if my salary is at 120k, my effective tax rate is 26.82%. That's my effective tax rate. Because remember, this is the thing. So the first $14,000, it gets rated at 10.5, right? 10.5, then 17.5 for the next 14 to I don't know, 48k. Then 48 to 70 is at 30. At 30, yeah, 30. Yeah, 30%. Then the next 70k to 180k is 33%. Then 180k plus, it gets rated at 38%. So it's a progression tax bracket, right? So it's not 33% of my 120k. It's a yeah. This is the formula. Yeah. So yeah, there's a site called yeah. So yeah, just look at that. Yeah. So my tax rate is not 33%. It's just that the progression gets a bit higher. That's all. The top tax bracket is 38% now at 180k, which I won't reach anytime soon in New Zealand for sure, because not most places won't pay me 38 well 180k unless I go contracting, which is something I'm thinking about. So yeah. Leanne, I want to pay off my student loan ASAP too. Yeah, I don't think it. I think most people would want to, right? Because even if it is interest free, like it's just annoying. It feels like a pay cut because they take a decent chunk of your pay. Like it's kind of sad, but it can't do much really, I guess. Tusky, I make 80k as a meat worker, no student loan required. Yeah, I guess that's one good thing, right? So if you don't have like a student loan to pay, you get the full amount you're supposed to get, which is really nice. Yeah. I'm not a big uni guy, like education guy, unless your job requires you to go to uni. Like for example, data scientists, most of them want you to get a PhD. Then sure, if you want to be a doctor, sure, you need to have a bachelor's and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you don't need it, then I'm not like a guy to force education, to be honest. Rip trying to find a house in Auckland. Heartland Bank is really good. Yeah, I think so too. Not just saying that because it's my best performing stock. No, I think Heartland Bank is the best for many good reasons. But yeah, I mean you can see it already, right? It's at the top of the list, and I have a friend that's on Heartland Bank mortgages as well, and he says it's really good. So yeah. I'm pretty interested to see if my mortgage broker. I will talk to mortgage brokers if they work with Heartland, because I really want to put my mortgage on Heartland if they can continue this kind of good interest rates. Ariane, how long do you spend on commute time when traveling to work? Most people in your field of work are working from home now anyways. Yeah, so I'm working from home most of the time, but if I do need to go into work, I normally drive nowadays, which is a 30-minute drive if I don't have traffic. If I don't have traffic, it's like 20-30 minutes, but if I do have traffic, it's around 40-50 minutes. So that's the amount of time I take when I commute. If I take the bus or train, it takes me around an hour to hour and 10, because I need to walk a heck of a lot from Britomart station to Spark office. So it's a bit of a walk, even after the train. So yeah, I need to walk to the bus station, a bus stop, take the bus to the train station, take the train to Britomart, and then walk from Britomart to Spark office. It's a bit of a hassle when I use public transport. Plus, with the whole pandemic, I don't really want to use public transport too much. So, yeah. If I drive, it's not too bad as long as I kind of avoid the, what do you call it, the peak hours, the rush hours. Tusky, when you do go for a mortgage, ask the bank what's their best rate is. The rate that they advertise isn't the best they're allowed to offer you. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'll definitely go for a mortgage broker, because a good mortgage broker will do all the hard work for me. So I have a few connections in that area. So I'll talk about them when I'm a bit more serious on buying a house. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do better. If I have 20% deposit, then they'll definitely give me a special offer, right? Because that's what all the special means. Special means that you have 20% deposit or more. So you get a pretty good rate compared to if you don't, then you're going to be paying a heck of a lot more. But yeah. Leanne, at least you're not on the 39% bracket. Thank God I'm not. Is that 39 or 38%? Give me a sec. NZ tax bracket. 39%. Yeah, right. It's not even 38, 39%. Yeah, glad I'm not on 39%. But remember, it's a progression tax bracket, so it doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, if you're making like 1 mil, then yeah, 39% will eat into your tax, like eat into your net pay a lot more than when it's just on 33. But you know what's really crazy? The minimum wage is going up in April to 21 something, which is quite high, which is good, but at the same time, the tax bracket has stayed the same. So a lot of the minimum wage people, if you work full time in minimum wage, you're paying actual middle bracket. Yeah, you're paying like middle tax bracket kind of tax rates, which is not good. So I think they should raise the whole bar on the tax bracket along with the wages. That's what I think, but these guys are just being greedy at this point. I don't know if this pay rise is going to do any good to the economy, to be honest. Tusky, I'd actually forgotten the tax progressed like that. I only broke 70k last year. Exactly. And you would have realized that if you just got over 70, you actually don't get punched in the face with 30%. It's just a progression. So, yeah. Have a look at like there's a good site I have. So if you have a look at that, so this is pretty nice, right? So if I put my salary here, see, it will do everything for me. See? So it shows you how much you're paying in tax and how much you're paying on KiwiSaver and how much you're taking home. Yeah. And my Excel sheet is pretty much based off this. Well, it's similar to this. It's all doing the same calculations in the back end, but yeah. It's it. Yeah. So the tax brackets are progressed, not just because you're like 70k, it's not 30% of 70k. It doesn't work like that. Oh, 33%, I guess. Yeah, 33%. Yeah, because that's stupid if that's the case. Leanne, you pay $40 annually for admin fee. Yeah, that's also true. Sad. Ariane, I heard there is some good money in contracting. Is no paid leave the reason you aren't going for it? That's not it. Because contracting, I can double my pay in contracting. It's just that you just want to work for the right companies, I guess. Unless, if not, then you're kind of stressed and you're stuck there for like your period of time, your contract period. So yeah, I'd rather be a bit more cautious going into contracting. But if I'm yeah, so I'm looking into contracting, but I'm not gonna rush into it unless there's like a really good deal. Like if I'm getting paid 57 per hour as a salary right now as a permanent, as a contractor I'd be looking at around 100 to 140 per hour. So you know, at that rate, you know, I'm paying, but if I take leave, annual leave, sick leave, it's just coming out of my pocket because I, you know, I don't know, I assume every week or two or every month I'll be giving them like a timesheet of how much I worked, and you know, the most I could work is normally like 40 hours a week. And if I don't work a day, then that's like a huge amount because it's like a lot of money because I'm getting a lot of money per hour. So, you know, I probably don't want to use too much leave during my contract period so I can maximize my maximize my revenue. So yeah, walking is good for you. Yeah, I mean I do a lot of sports though. I do sports maybe 5 times a week, so I think that's good enough exercise. Tusky, my best friend growing up became an engineer. It's interesting comparing our net worth. He earns more, but I got into property earlier and don't have student debt. Yeah, so it really depends. Just because you're an engineer, every engineer is a bit different, and every engineer grows in different rates. And just because you're an engineer doesn't mean you're like rich. So you got to be like if you're like a money grabbing engineer, like somewhat like me in a sense, like I was very money driven. So you know, I'm on the better side, but I see a lot of engineers that just same as most non-engineer salary people, getting paid similar to my business friends or accounting friends or whatnot. So you know, yeah, being an engineer doesn't really mean anything. It's just up to you on how hard you work, how hard you go for good companies, and being skilled enough to be hired for a higher rate and stuff like that. So there's a lot to it more than just being an engineer. He might beat me to the in the long run, but there's a lot to be said for going for a trade over going to uni. So it depends, right? You just gotta find what you're good at the end of it. Do you plan to rely on KiwiSaver for retirement or have other investments as well? I'm not contributing the max to my KiwiSaver because I want the money to buy a rental property soon. So that's why I said, right, I'll do 3% of my income. I'll drop it to 3% after I buy my property. Because, I mean, I have a lot of time till I turn 65. So that's one thing. Will I rely on it? Probably not. It will be like a good pocket money for me. That's how I look at KiwiSaver. It will be like my backup, but I really want my own kind of massive stock portfolio by 65 or 60 whenever I want to retire. Also, I'll probably want at least 1 or 2 rental properties, which are somewhat mortgage free, near mortgage free, if not. So I want to rake up at least 1 or 2 rental properties during my 30s and 40s. So by my 60s, it's like pretty much mortgage free. So that's like the kind of plan I have, I guess, in a sense. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, gosh. Okay, I think it's a good time to wrap it. I think we're losing people here and there. So, yeah. Tusky, he's in robotics. I don't know how that pays in comparison to software in other areas. Robotics get paid shit. It's really crap in New Zealand. So, yeah, I came from robotics, right? I study computer systems, which is pretty much embedded systems and robotics. So that's my uni, that's my degree, but I scrapped it straight out of uni. Like as soon as I graduated, I looked for software roles, then I moved into data. And I stayed in data because IT roles pay so much more than robotics. Robotics is like pretty crap in New Zealand. So yeah, yeah. Robotics don't get paid much in New Zealand unless you're in like management. Yeah, engineers not much compared to software in general. So yeah, if you go to like Germany or something like that, robotics is like really good, or Japan or something, or Korea. Anyways, thank you all for coming along today. If you liked today's video, give it a like, give my live stream. If you missed my live stream, it will be coming up on my channel tomorrow, and you can just listen to it as like a podcast while you're doing something else during the night tomorrow. So it will be up probably tomorrow at around 10:30 a.m. So yeah, look forward to that if you want to listen to anything. I go through a lot of things today. Did a pick a stock for me. Then I went on to talk about a bunch of stuff like budgeting, mortgages and buying a house, all that kind of thing. So it'll be pretty nice for everyone to kind of, refer back to if you want to. I'm going to regret staying up this late. I know you have an early start on Monday, so I'm sorry for that, but hope you get a good night break after I end this live stream. But yeah, thank you all very much. Give it a like. And I will catch you in the next video, which would most likely be my Sharesies portfolio update, which might be coming up maybe next Monday. Yeah, maybe next Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Anyways, thank you all, and I will catch you in the next portfolio update. Until next time, later.